Stop undercharging and start leading. In episode 8 of KingLife, we break down pricing power and market positioning. Command your value and dominate your market. Set the standard, own the mind share, and maximize your profit today. Catch episode 8 of KingLife in YouTube at Petra Worldwide.
Ladies and gentlemen, the King of Kings is in the house. Warriors, take your positions. And let's get ready to prosper.
Hello, welcome back to Kingdom's Wealth and Wisdom. I'm Nathan Weaver, founder and executive director of Petra Worldwide. Today we're going to be talking about pricing. We know that the economy's been really tough lately. We've seen prices rise on essentially everything. And we also know that the American consumer is squeezed. They cannot take any more pricing from business owners. So what do you do in this market where inflation has tapped out the American consumer and you are struggling to raise prices? Raising prices could certainly result in losing customers, and that's the opposite effect of what you're trying to achieve. So today we're going to unpack pricing power and market positioning. Now, one of the things you have to know as we get into this conversation is that competing as the low price leader is an absolute race to the bottom. Competing on price is a race to the bottom because it signals low utility. And this is key, this is essential, low utility, because that's going to be the foundation of your power going forward. In terms of how do you get to premium pricing and make people understand the value of what you deliver. So let's talk about what it looks like. Everyone knows what value feels like. Price is what you pay, value is what you receive and what you get. And we've all had the experience of being able to receive a product or service and saying, wow, it was worth every penny of what I paid for it. And I love this product. It cost me a little bit extra, but I love it because it gives me comfort. It makes my feet not hurt. I can jog. I can do so many things with this product. The paradigm shift here in business for the entrepreneurs is this. As Warren Buffett says, price is what you pay, value is what you get. So how do you increase your value proposition? Said another way, by the
if you're
Joker,
good at something, never do it for free.
If you're good at something, never do it for free. So let's talk about the paradigm shift. Let's talk about redefining value, because value is not defined as paying the lowest price. Oftentimes, lowest price means lowest value, lowest quality, lowest service. When people give you the absolute lowest price and they're way cheaper than their competitive, there's absolutely a trade-off, and you're making a conscious decision to accept that trade-off, whatever that trade-off is. When you're paying a premium price, the premium definition says you focus on outcomes, not hours or tasks. You focus on faster results, less risk, and less efforts. So as the entrepreneur, pricing your product or service strategically in the market, you have to grow up and move away from trying to be the low-cost leader. Now, don't misunderstand. Competing on price as a market penetration strategy is absolutely still a viable strategy, but that viable market penetration strategy is absolutely short-term. It is short-lived. It is not a sustaining business model. Just ask Spirit Airlines. We just saw what happened to them as their sole competitive advantage was on price. So handling price objections, because anytime you begin to shift paradigms, you're always going to have some objection to it, right? You hear your colleagues or maybe other entrepreneurs that you engage with, they'll say things like, everyone just wants the lowest price. Validate that concern because it's true, but then also flip it with a little bit of logic, because the paradigm shift again is everyone's looking for value. It's not just looking for the actual lowest price. Everyone's looking for value, but let's look at how we can measure value. When you take a look at what you're providing, if you need a major surgery, for example, and you are needing this for yourself, do you go to the absolute cheapest surgeon you can find? Well, the answer is probably not. You go to the surgeon that has the highest level of success. I've had clients tell me, we've won clients by absolutely not being the lowest price provider. I've had clients tell me that, hey, if you're priced too low, that means you're probably not any good. And when it comes to representation before the IRS or handling a major tax audit or issue, you want the absolute best. You don't want the cheapest, because at our heart of hearts, we all know we pretty much get what we pay for, right? So the red cost of low price. In wealth management, the low price route is often the most expensive route. My grandmother had a saying back in the day. She would say, if you buy it too cheap, you might as well buy two of them, because it's not going to last and you're just going to end up replacing it. And growing up as a kid, I saw that in low quality shoes and low quality products, where it's like, oh man, these no-name shoes lasted half of the school year, where my other friend that has a Converse or Nike, they lasted 2 years, because you often get what you pay for, and we all know this. Unfortunately, we all kind of run to how quickly, how cheaply can I get it in a pinch. But the question really becomes, what do I need to do to safely raise prices? And so, again, this is tailored for the entrepreneurs that are out there. The first pillar, you got 3 pillars in which you can stand to raise prices safely. The first pillar is risk elimination. The competitor flaw is low price competitors drop deliverables, they walk away, and they leave execution lacking for the client. That's what you get when you go the cheapest route. The premium shift is elite pricing is justified when you absorb more of the risk. You're selling an insurance policy. You're selling a guarantee of the service, a guarantee of the product. You're selling a guarantee, and your client, your customer will absolutely like the elimination of risk taken off of their plate. This plays out individually based on what your product or service is. So the first pillar is look at your product or service and ask yourself, how do I eliminate or significantly reduce risk? Implement an ironclad performance guarantee. An example is in tax strategy, include comprehensive audit defense, where the firm handles all of the communication and all of the IRS exchanges in the event there is an issue. We do this absolutely at Petra Worldwide. We provide an absolute ironclad warranty on the work to make sure if there's a problem later that we are open year-round and we are available to take care of the problem. Pillar number 1, look at your product and service, see where you can eliminate risk for your client. Here's pillar number 2, and these are the pillars of being able to raise prices and to do it in a safe manner in which you will not have a high risk of turnover. You still may have some client turnover, but your risk of client turnover significantly reduces it when you do it using these pillars. Pillar B, time compression. Everybody knows that time is money, and time is actually more valuable than money. So the time value of money, the premium currency, time is the ultimate luxury asset, especially for high value clients. Premium value is directly tied to reducing execution time and deliverables. If you can reduce the execution time and the deliverables, you've saved them time, and what you've also done is you've charged them for that savings. So now you can hire higher quality talent. You can hire a more skilled workforce because you can pay them a competitive rate. We all know that when you're hiring employees, the most efficient, the most talented people come at the highest price tags. Well, that's a price tag that often can be passed on to the client when you layer it into the efficiency that that person brings to your organization. Eliminating friction, bypassing standard delays, cutting out unnecessary touch points, and streamlining handoffs. Depending on your product or service, again, if you manufacture a product, but then you send it to a second party for finishing or additional manufacturing, if you're in a professional environment and you're working in collaboration with multiple firms, look at the touch points. How do you streamline those touch points to improve time compression? Strategic execution, compress the gap between investment and tangible result. Be able to show the result faster is essentially what that means. Build automated tracking systems for absolute clarity. Be able to see where you are in your deliverable for that client. These are things that absolutely have value. So pillar B, second pillar, you can use to raise prices without having excessive risk of losing a client is time compression. Pillar C, the third one, is complete delegation. People are stressed out. No one has time to take on additional work, especially additional work that is unexpected and is a result of something that happened previous. Whether you are an auto mechanic, whether you're providing nursing services, whether you're an accounting firm, if you've done work to help a client move forward and something happens and now that person has to stop and take on another project, if you can complete delegation to make sure that it is done for you, not done with you, not done you go do it yourself. The do it yourself days are not over, but man, they're coming to an end because no one has time. Certainly in a do it yourself model, I can change my oil in my car. I can go and change the oil in my car. If I've got all the equipment in my garage, I can roll my car up on the lift. I can get under there. I can go to the local store and get 6 quarts of oil. I can get the filter. I can get in there and take the filter off, drain the oil. I can do all of those things, but it's more expensive for me to do that because the 3 hours that I spend doing that between going to get the material, driving back, picking up the car, putting the car in the lift, taking it off, by the time I do all of that, how much money could I have earned doing the thing that I'm gifted and skilled to do versus how much money did it save me? It didn't save me anything. It cost me. It cost me because now instead of me letting a professional who is already set up, I can simply drive through their facility, get an oil change, do it in 15 minutes and be on my way. I cost myself 3 hours. So whatever my hourly rate is, that's my opportunity cost. Same thing works here. And this is why low price models are usually, done with you or do it yourself. We're requiring the client to do a lot of the heavy lifting. In most cases, the client does not want this situation. They don't want the situation where they have to do it for themselves. And depending on your product or service, think about what are the things that I can do for my client that is going to be required for my client to work with me anyway. So if you are a hospital, if you are a medical provider, are there certain things that you can do to help the client move forward? If you are a specialty provider, maybe you say, hey client, you know what? I'm real good at completing insurance forms. I'm going to help you complete these insurance forms or do the insurance forms for you. You can review them, sign off, and we can submit them. The client's like, whew, I really need this procedure, but man, I didn't want to have to go through all of that preparation myself. There are lots of things. That's one example. And again, I'm not a healthcare professional, so that may not be the most efficient example, but I think you get my point. I think you get the point of looking for opportunities to take off the client's plate things that are required of the client to have the product or service anyway. And if you can do that that gives them another layer of value. And again, these pillars are talking about value. They're talking about adding value to the client experience that will allow you to raise prices, because in order to add this type of value, the done for you type of value that we're looking at here, you may have to hire a skilled worker who has this knowledge. That skilled worker obviously is going to cost you a little bit more, but you're able to compensate for that with higher prices. So again, what does this look like in real life scenarios? Let's take a look at some case studies on what this looks like. Let's look at Rooms to Go. Rooms to Go is a great case study, in my opinion. I love this case study because the first question I ask is, what does Rooms to Go really sell? Most people answer, well, they sell furniture. And that is absolutely not the right answer. Rooms to Go is not in the furniture business. The furniture is the front end widget to their huge financial back of the house. Rooms to Go is in the financial business. We've all seen the storefront sign that says, hey, buy your complete room packages here. While that is all true, financing, interest, infrastructure, insurance upsells, Rooms to Go is essentially a financial institution that masquerades as a furniture store. Now, this is a winning proposition for them. This is a psychological weaponization that absolutely drove results for them. If you take a look at their package furniture trick, I'm calling it a trick. Other people may not call it that. It is an excellent strategy. I'm referring to it again as a trick. Before looking at financing, consider the retail hook. In 1991, Rooms to Go disrupted the industry with a single price for a room. That was their hook, right? The old retail model included individual pieces, which created some buyer friction and multiple trips to different furniture stores looking for this piece or that piece, as opposed to I can get it all together. So think about the three pillars that I just explained, pillar A, B, and C. Think about risk elimination, time compression, and delegation that I just spoke about, and reconsider the Rooms to Go business model. They completely understood those pillars. And because they understood those pillars, they were able to significantly increase the average ticket price at their locations. Their average ticket price went from $800 for one sofa to $3,500 for one room package. But it doesn't stop there, because guess what happens if you've ever shopped at Rooms to Go, and some of the other furniture stores have adopted this framework as well. What you recognize they do, after you buy the package, they want to add protection. They want to add, a Scotch guard or some form of material to make sure that if you ever need this thing replaced, it can be replaced for a minimal cost or no cost. They start to layer on insurance policies, right? We just said pillar A, risk elimination. Now the customer is spending more per transaction, but they're also getting the value of no risk or limited risk in this scenario. Now it goes a step further, because now once they got people committed to spending $3,500 on an average ticket price, they layer on deferred interest. Everyone's heard of the no payments or interest for 60 months. You get the furniture for free for 5 years. Now, obviously, when that 61st month comes around and you haven't paid that off, you're getting hit with 5 years worth of accumulated interest, which is, like a landslide of interest. But when you think about it, they've made the acquisition of the product super easy. You got no money, little money up front. You got risk elimination, you got time compression, and you've got complete delegation, because they'll throw in delivery with this. So when you look at your business model, your product or service, keep this case study in mind. Keep this case study in mind with the 3 pillars we talked about. So I can go on to talk about the margins here, because the margin, again, is not in the furniture. The margin is in the financial product. The extended warranty has a 90% margin, where that coffee table had a 50% margin. And then when you add $300 to $600 of pure profit for the financial attachments, the profit margin absolutely skyrockets. In this business model, it is about the financing, the value. The furniture just happens to be the front end widget that these things are attached to. It's not about the furniture. So I'm not going to belabor the point, but I'm going to just say one more thing. The done for you premium is also very, very much in play in this scenario. Completely turnkey scenario there. You know, so how do I do this? How do you do this? You know, same thing, same exact approach, tailored for your industry, tailored for your particular need, your product or service. You know, high trust and quality assurance. So trust and quality go hand in hand. This is when and how you communicate premium pricing. You have to communicate trust and quality. And those pillars that I mentioned a few minutes ago are absolutely still at play in this model, because the way you communicate trust and quality, you communicate trust and quality by eliminating time, by eliminating risk, by taking the burden off of the client. So this is how you begin to build your communication strategy that supports your higher price. In the ultimate project, you aren't just selling an output, you're selling peace of mind, whatever it is that you're giving, because most people don't like to continue to spend money. They like to buy what they need, see it be effective, see it accomplish its intended purpose, and then they just want to move forward, right? Verified authenticity, the strategic differentiator, human experience versus the AI commodity. You know, human experience will certainly go a long way depending on your field. Everyone is certainly leaning more towards AI and artificial infrastructures, but here's what we know is true. Premium pricing separates real architects from digital copycat. At the end of the day, yes, AI is a wonderful tool, and it should help you improve your efficiency. It should help you manage your labor costs. It should help you reduce your turnover. It should help you with your burnout and your employees' burnout. But when it's all said and done, the way you get verified authenticity is through human experience and expertise. Now, that human experience and expertise is a value proposition that gets communicated and included as part of your strategy to raise your prices. Market strength, the loop of excellence. Now, obviously, premium pricing doesn't work if you don't deliver. Your high price directly enables you to provide a superior quality product, because again, what happens with that higher price is you are now empowered to engage higher quality employee talent, because now you're being compensated at a rate which will allow you to hire higher quality talent, which will get you more referrals, more customers, and ultimately more revenue, all at a much higher price. So what are the 2 or 3 things that you should do immediately? Here's the takeaway. If you don't take anything else away, take the case study, the pillars, and these takeaways with you, because this strategy will help you not be the low price leader and race yourself to the bottom. If you want to see how that doesn't work, again, check with Spirit Airlines. They'll tell you how it doesn't really work. Funding the mission. You have to take some serious stewardship mandates and move those forward. So sovereign responsibility, your ultimate responsibility is to protect your health, your vitality, and the viscosity of your care. So you have to be whole and complete first. If you don't raise prices where you can make a reasonable profit and be able to take care of your own needs as an entrepreneur business owner, then you are absolutely going to burn out, you're going to give out, and then you're going to be out. So don't put yourself in that situation. You know, the price you pay to just move past fear, stay humble, and make these adjustments are certainly going to impact your ability to be successful. You know, the generational impact here, again, this is teetering into legacy building, because in order for your company to survive long term, you can't have a strategy of low price leader. You've got to be able to have a premium pricing strategy that gets your company to hire higher quality talent, retain more employees, and survive the test of time, right? You know, protecting against the headwinds is a very important reason that this is important. And again, I hate to keep beating up on Spirit Airlines, but they could not protect themselves against the economic headwinds of fuel prices. As soon as fuel prices went through the roof, their entire business model collapsed. They could not stop the bleeding. And so during periods of high inflation or shifting market conditions, operational overhead naturally raises. We saw that with the US-Iran war. It continues to happen. It's not changing. If a business is optimized on the monetization of its current client base, it builds a financial buffer. So if you're optimized on your pricing, you've got a little bit of room to make sure that you can hedge against these economic headwinds, right? So this really acts as a shield of sorts, and you need that shield of protection to give you a little bit of room to make the adjustments that are necessary. Lastly here, you have to increase customer lifetime value. Retaining a customer is certainly a lot less expensive than finding a new customer. And every customer that you retain, that you can have an ongoing, increasing value relationship with without having to go and get a new customer, certainly helps your bottom line long term. Increasing your price will allow you to increase the lifetime value for that customer. I hope you found this helpful. If you are an entrepreneur trying to figure out how do I best save my margin, because in the last 3 years, I've seen extraordinary inflation. My competitors have not raised prices, but my competitors may have a different financial situation, structure, liquidity. Their scenario could be totally different. But if you're trying to figure it out, visit us at petraworldwide.org. Let us work with you to help you figure out where's the sweet spot, how do I get there? Thanks so much. This has been Kingdom's Wealth and Wisdom. We'll look forward to seeing you next time.